We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
This December marks 20 years that I've been on the air. Kicking off on Cyber Monday and throughout the entire week, we're offering the biggest sales in the history of Infowars.com, celebrating my 20 years on air. And we do it by bringing our listeners the very best high-quality products. Free shipping store-wide on Pro Gun, Made in America t-shirts. High-quality water filtration systems. But not just free shipping. 30% off Super Male Vitality. 20% off all colloidal silver. Buy 4, get 1 free. With your purchase of 1 bottle of DNA Force, you get 2 free bottles of Survival Shield Nascent Iodine, absolutely free, a $60 value. We're also offering 50% off a year membership at PrisonPlanet.tv and upping the number of people that can use each membership to 20. 20 years on air, and InfoWars is celebrating it with the biggest sale we've ever had. InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139.
When I first got online and I seen the price of the X2 and the DNA Force, I was a little hesitant, but I pulled the trigger on it. It has changed my life. I've been taking it for about 24 days now, counting the weight, staying in shape.
InfoWarsLife.com. You've heard the callers to the show.
Several months back, I started taking your Nascent Iodine and your Super Male. Prior to this, I was barely walking. Now I'm able to function as a human again.
Whether it's Survival Shield Nascent Iodine or DNA Force, Super Male Vitality, Super Female Vitality, Lung Cleanse, Fluoride Shield, Oxy Powder. I believe that all of these products will blow you away like they've done the thousands of other customers that have visited InfoWarsLife.com.
Dash 2, just amazing what it's able to do to actually detox the body. It's great stuff.
If I'm going to promote something, it's got to be something I personally use and that I believe in. Check out InfoWarsLife.com today and the entire line of groundbreaking, cutting-edge, hardcore products.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put 2 and 2 together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds. Is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
The average person's life is filled with unexpected challenges. Unlock the energy it takes to defeat these daily beasts with Super Male or Super Female Vitality, specifically designed to assist the body in regulating proper hormone balance to create superior vitality in males and females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
Live from Austin, Texas, broadcasting worldwide, it's Alex Jones.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight, your host today. We're going to be joining Joe Wolverton in a moment to talk about the UN Arms Trade Treaty. But before we do, I want to let you know that we have Cyber Week specials. I don't know how much longer these are going to go. I think it's just this week, but I'm not sure. I mean, I don't have that information. But right now, we have free shipping store-wide. So take advantage of that while it's available. We have Silverback. Silver Bullet is back. Take advantage of that while it's available. We have 20% off of Silver Bullet as well as free shipping. If you buy 4 of them, you get 1 for free. And, of course, there's also a Super Prepper Pack, Silver Bullet, and Survival Shield for $15 off. You also have the Prison Planet membership available now on sale. This is our annual Christmas sale, but we've never had it like this before, where you get 7 months for free. It's now only $29.95 for a 1-year subscription. That's only $2.50 a month. It helps to support our operation, of course. That's where I normally am. I was on the nightly news, along with Darren McBreen and Leanne McAdoo, Jakari Jackson, Rob Dew, and, of course, our reporters and crew that are there. That helps us support our operation, and you can share that every night. We're here at 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern with the news. You can share that with 20 other friends. That's up as well. Used to be that it was only 12. Now it's 20 people can share that, and 7 months for free. That's only $29.95, a Prison Planet membership. We also have DNA Force, where you can get 2 bottles of Survival Shield free, a $60 value. Super Male and Super Female, 30% off. And, of course, it's all free shipping right now as part of our Christmas sale. Now, as I point out, we're going to have Joe Wolverton joining us in a moment. I think we're having a little bit of problem with the phone there. If you want to call in and comment about some of the things that we've been talking about earlier, our number is 800-259-9231. And we're going to definitely, if we get in touch with him, we're still going to be taking calls at the top of the hour. But if you want to call in now, we'll take your calls. We're going to have in the third hour Jerome Corsi talking about Obama's amnesty executive order that he didn't even bother to sign or file. Truly a true dictator. Now, there's an article up on Infowars.com right now. DARPA is getting close to an Iron Man suit. Yeah, that's everything that you look at that DARPA is doing really bothers me. And as I look at this article, you know, I think they're actually getting closer to being Hydra. That's the thing that really scares me. It isn't so much that they've got an Iron Man suit or they've got an exoskeleton suit or they got robots. It's the character of the people who are running the military-industrial complex. And the fact that they try to sell this stuff as, you know, they come in peace. This is for the benefit of mankind when they have the DARPA robot contests and everything. It's like, look, you're not fooling anybody. We understand what your mission statement here is. It's about developing weapons. And when I see them developing a robot that can run faster than any human being, I don't believe that they're going to use it to go turn off the stuck valve on a nuclear reactor somewhere, okay? I wasn't born yesterday, and most of our people aren't either. They say the Army doesn't have an Iron Man suit yet, but the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, their Warrior Web program is a step closer to developing a soft, low-powered exosuit that will augment the physical capabilities of soldiers. And, of course, we've seen some crude examples of that in some other military organizations as well. But they're going to go full-on Terminator. And as I pointed out yesterday, you know, it's strange enough to see that they've got Terminator that looks like, as everybody is getting concerned about the advances in AI, we've got people like Elon Musk, we've got Stephen Hawkins, all saying, look, AI could very easily get out of control and end the human race, the Terminator scenario. I mean, we see that coming true. And then if that's not bad enough, we see them even going to replicating Pinky and the Brain, sticking human brain, you know, augmenting mice brains with human brain cells and increasing their intelligence. I mean, this is really getting absolutely crazy. About as crazy as our government that operates by executive order and not even bothering to file the paperwork. Let's go to Dan in FEMA, let's see, what was that? 6, whatever. Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, David.
Hi.
Thank you very much for taking my show or call. Yeah, I'm up here in Region 5. Listening to what you're saying, kind of twofold. Real quick to cap on what you're saying. Some of this, maybe I should say, maybe I shouldn't. I was stationed at Fort Irwin, California, out in Mojave Desert, 88 to 92. Now, going back some time. At that time, playing mock wars, there was a building that we called Op 4. We called the Death Star. Crazy enough.
Oh, and we've seen these articles on Drudge Report how they're working up for laser weapons from space. Go ahead.
Now, during that time period, there were 3 satellites dedicated only to Fort Irwin. Says that the commanding generals of the Blue Force, the people that we're training, at that time would be for Desert Storm, could watch a brigade-level fake war go on.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got a lot of equipment that they're not telling us about. Just think about how rapidly they deployed the drone program after 9/11. When you stop back and think about that, I mean, they didn't want people to think about the fact that they could remotely control aircraft, even though going back to the 60s, they had Operation Northwoods, where they had proposed drone airplanes, commercial airliners, flying them into buildings, staging other terrorist acts so they could use it as a pretext to go to war against Castro in Cuba. But we're not told about that in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. No, when we have September 11th on 2001, nobody's thought about drone-controlled planes being used as weapons or as a false flag. But after 2001, guess what? It only took about a month for them to have this entire drone army, that their Air Force, that they're using in Afghanistan. It just appeared out of nowhere. Isn't that interesting how these things just come up at a convenient time? I'm going to hold the rest of your calls to the top of the hour because we just got a hold of Joe Wolverton with The New American. Featured contributor there. His articles on the Constitution, states' rights, NDAA, drones, surveillance state have appeared in national, international publications, including LouRockwell.com, Ron Paul Forums, the 10th Amendment Center, our site, InfoWars, Guardian, and Business Insider. And, of course, he's got an article up today about the UN Arms Trade Treaty. It's something that I've been following for a long time. Thank you for joining us, Joe.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Lay out for people what the real problem with the UN Arms Trade Treaty is, and then we can talk about how they're trying to push this on us and the constitutional issues. But talk about the substance of it right now.
The substance of it is it requires the registration of all ammunition, arms, and component parts. It gives control over those to regional departments of the United Nations. It requires member states, meaning the United States included, to keep a list of gun owners. It empowers the United Nations to send troops in to enforce disarmament should any member state find it difficult to disarm its citizens. It requires tracking to the end user of the by the manufacturer of any firearm, ammunition, or component part. And at the end of the day, it will lead to the complete disarmament of the civilian population.
Yeah, this is full spectrum gun control. They're not looking at something and saying, well, you know, we're going to ban guns that we think we're going to call them assault weapons and say that they look scary. So, you know, if you've got a bayonet attachment on the end, we're going to ban that. No, it's not piecemeal like that. It is everything, everything. Denying the right to own guns, taking out ammunition, taking out spare parts, as you point out, creating this massive registry and demanding that no one can own anything associated with a firearm.
Right, and under Article 16 of the Arms Trade Treaty, it does empower the Secretary General to deploy peacekeepers to any nation whose leaders or legislative body finds it difficult to disarm. So that's Article 16, and it will help. It will help that leader or that nation with what it calls stockpile management, disarmament, and demobilization. So you can interpret that the way you think it should be interpreted.
Well, the way I interpret that is Lexington and Concord, because they went after the stockpiles there. What's that?
Yeah, you're the first one. You're the first one who's really caught on to that. You know, when the bullets started flying at the War for Independence, it was because King George's troops were coming for the ammunition.
Man, yeah, absolutely. This is full spectrum. Now let's talk about how they have manipulated this thing from the very beginning, because they had come up, and we know, even the New York Times pointed out, that Fast and Furious was set up to blame the Second Amendment. And, of course, a key part of Fast and Furious was to move guns across the border. And so that's exactly what this purports to take care of. That is the rationale for having to have a UN arms trade treaty, because it's not enough that we just have this problem as they perceive it in America where individuals can own guns. No, our guns are going across the border to other people. So that was a set piece. That was something that was set up to basically get the public afraid of this, to demonstrate the need for it. And it blew up in their face. I was there in July in New York at the United Nations. We were filming that. We were reporting on that. And they had the people there. It had just blown up about this officer getting killed. And people had realized what was going on with Fast and Furious. So that blew up in their face. And then, of course, they have the shooting that was perfectly timed just as they were about to have the vote. So they delayed all of that until after the election, they said. They didn't wait very long. On the very day of the election, as soon as they saw that the Democrats were going to be picking up seats, they said, we're going to revisit this back in the spring after the Democrats are in Congress. And, of course, Joe, they didn't get that ratified by the Senate. Nevertheless, John Kerry, Secretary of State, signed it. So talk to us about the constitutionality of all of that.
Well, I mean, the constitutionality is there is none. There is specifically the Second Amendment says, as you know, and all of your viewers know, shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed unless there's armed violence. Shall not be infringed unless there's a mass shooting. It's shall not be